evening, everyone. The Division 7 state champion Ishpeming Hematites have not been tested through their first 4 games. Jeff Olson's club didn't waste any time in today's contest at Norway. To Romberg Field we go. Ishpeming had the ball to start the game, and after 4 running plays, here comes Alex Briones. Drops back, looks, finds his favorite target. That's Tyler Millimaki. That's good for a 32-yard touchdown. Ishpeming had an 8-0 lead after the 2-point conversion. Now it's Norway's turn on their first play. Handoff goes to Tyler Benetti. Bobby Zulke misses the tackle, but that's not a problem. There's a strip, and Noah Olgren makes the recovery. A couple plays later, Bobby Zulke caps the short drive with a 5-yard run up the middle. It's 16-0 Hematites after 4 minutes and 4 seconds into the game. It didn't get much better for the Knights. Ishpeming took over after a punt, and here comes Alex Briones again. Connects with Marcus Antela in stride. That's 36 yards for another TD. Ishpeming led 30-0 after 1 quarter and coasted to a 42-8 win. It appears Ishpeming and Nagani will be undefeated when they meet in 2 weeks. In Escanaba, the Eskimos host Detroit Country Day. Yellow Jackets are facing a 4th and 8 until Tyler Wiegers finds Jacob Hill for the 23-yard score. They lead 16-0 after another 2-point conversion. In the second quarter, the Eskimos will respond. Cameron Beversluis takes the handoff, goes in the end zone. That's 8 yards into the score. That'll cut the Yellow Jacket lead to 16-7. But Country Day was just too talented. Wiegers looks downfield and connects with Maurice Waves over 2 Eskimo defenders. They go on to win 34-7 on the road. For some scores, NMU, they'll play Hillsdale next week. They lost 17-14 to Indianapolis. Also, Michigan Tech on the road. They lose 40-19 to Findlay, which outscored them 23-3 in the second half. They're playing Grand Valley State next week. They lost 57-14 to Ohio Dominican. On us in Big Ten football, Wisconsin and Ohio State battling out. This is a great one, down by 10 points late in the 4th quarter. We now head to Ludington Park in Escanaba for the Elks Cross Country Invitational. Starting with the large school girls race, the favorites quickly set the pace. Menominee's Cameron Burmeister has won a couple invitationals recently in Wisconsin, but she wasn't in the mood to run with anybody today. Burmeister won her race in 19 minutes and 23 seconds. That's more than a minute and a half over Ironwood's Jessica Gearing, with Escanaba's Amy Giese third. Menominee won the team title on a 6th-place runner tiebreaker over Gladstone, with Escanaba third. We caught up with the small school girls on the west end of the park, turning this corner and heading back to the east on an uphill. In the final kilometer, Munising's Marissa Immel and Rudyard's Kaylee Hudzema arrived clear of pretty much the rest of the field. Immel crossed the line first in 21 minutes and 13 seconds, 9 seconds ahead of Hudzema, and Munising's Abby Bike was third. The Mustangs captured the team title with 31 points. Rogers City went below the Mackinac Bridge with a runner-up finish, with Stevenson third. The large school boys team race was dominated by Escanaba. The Eskimos had 7 runners in the top 10. The individual race came down to Escanaba's Eric Cousineau, Menominee's David Luplo, and Ironwood's Jared Joki. They crossed the bridge within a couple steps of each other. Cousineau dropped off the pace momentarily after the last uphill section, allowing Joki to take the lead. The Red Devils runner hits the finish line in 17 minutes, followed by Cousineau and Luplo. The Eskimos cruise to the team title with Menominee second and the Gwynn Model Towners third. Also, the top 3 runners in the small school boys race separated themselves from the pack within the first kilometer as they hit the downhill section of sidewalk, and it stayed that way as they swung their way into the final kilometer. Munising's Brett Hanna and Stevenson's Connor Kappert, along with homeschool runner Brady Kirst, had a 45 to 50 second gap on just about everyone else by the finish. Hanna held off Kappert by 4 seconds, winning in 17 minutes and 17 seconds. Kirst was third. Munising wins the team title by 6 points over North Central. Stevenson placed third again. Over in the Marquette Redettes Invitationals, it was a tournament between 12 teams. Let's go to the third set of the championship match between Gladstone and Stevenson. Lexi Hongesto gets things started for the Braves with a service ace. A little later, watch this kill by number 14, Lexi Johnson. This one's got some juice to it. Right here, she smacks it down. That'll bring the Eagles just a little bit closer. Now, match point for Gladstone. And unfortunately, Johnson's return will hit the net. Braves win the day-long invitational 2-1 over Stevenson in 3 sets. In some NMU volleyball, the Wildcats are hosting the Ashland Eagles. In the first set, it's 7-all, and Samantha Zuber serving, and Callie Heron, the star senior, gets the kill. She had a lot in that first set. Later, NMU up 20-19, and unfortunately, that's until Maureen Johnson will get a beautiful kill herself. This one, watch, goes right in bounds. Wildcats win the first 2 sets, but they will drop the match in 5 as Ashland wins 3-2 over NMU. For some more volleyball scores, Lake Erie traveled to Michigan Tech. They won 3-0 as Sylvie Rokosh had 9 kills. In some soccer, NMU and Michigan Tech tied at 1 in double overtime. Paula Hafner scored for Tech. For some more scores, Marquette wins 7-2 in some Minnesota Junior League hockey. Scores and highlights, visit our website, uppermichigansource.com.
All right, thank you very much, Lily. We'll be right back with your final story.